Greetings and welcome to The Beauty of Faith, a sacred art podcast on the way of beauty through the church's feasts and seasons of worship and prayer. I'm Dr. Jem Sullivan, your guide as we move from seeing to contemplation to worship and praise of God, the divine source of all that is true, good, and beautiful. On the second Sunday of Lent, we hear St. Mark's account of the transfiguration of Jesus. And we might ask, how does Jesus' transfiguration connect to the season of Lent? This beautiful drawing from a 13th century Byzantine gospel book offers some insight. So join me in reflecting on Jesus' invitation to his disciples and us to become a new creation in him as we continue our journey through Lent, through the event of the Transfiguration. When Jesus tells his disciples that he will suffer greatly, be killed, and then raised on the third day, the disciples begin to doubt his words. Jesus is asking them to see with eyes of faith what their minds and hearts could not imagine or understand. Jesus' transfiguration becomes an early glimpse, a preview, a foretaste of his glorious resurrection. Now, St. Mark tells us that Jesus took the apostles Peter, James, and John to a mountain where he was transfigured. This painting shows that moment when Jesus is covered in brilliant heavenly light, while two Old Testament figures, Moses and the prophet Elijah, appear on either side. A heavenly voice from the clouds declares that Jesus is the Son of God. The artist paints Jesus, the prophets, and the disciples in robes of lively colors of red and blue, and they are placed in a landscape of soft colors that suggest a heavenly space. A delicate gold leaf background, familiar in Eastern iconography, also evokes the heavenly realm. Now, do you notice that Jesus' feet hovers slightly above ground as he stands in a long halo or mandorla? The feet and rays of divine light shining from his transfigured body tell us of his divine origin as the Son of God. And we see Moses and Elijah standing beside Jesus. They direct the apostles' eyes and our eyes to Jesus himself. And below them are three apostles. They look up at Jesus in surprise, awe, and wonder at this astonishing sight. Their viewpoint invites us to gaze on Jesus in his transfigured state. Now, why does Jesus show himself in transfigured form? Pope Leo the Great reminds us that Jesus is preparing his disciples and us for the sufferings of his passion and cross, so we might come with him to the joy of his resurrection and live a life transfigured by the Holy Spirit. For as the Catechism of the Catholic Church tells us, the Transfiguration is the sacrament of the second regeneration, of our own resurrection to new life in Jesus.